enjoyed this clip, check me out on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel for the best morning live stream every weekday. And of course, we're back for the evening live streams as well. Check out the times in the featured channels on this channel right here. And also the links are in the description box. I will see you there.
New world order.
Main event, you see the topic, it's litty, and we got 2,800 people in here watching now because they knew the main event was going to be up in here, and you joined us at the right time. Did you see what's happening with the woman called the trophy wife woman? All right, the trophy wife woman. We don't even have a banner for this, but we'll do it live. I know we'll do it live. All right, so what we're going to do is here, the trophy wife woman has been exposed on the internet, or has she? We have a woman that is coming out. Trophy wife exposed. That's what I want to put out here. I guess I didn't put my banner up this morning, but we'll put it up and we'll do it live. All right, the trophy wife woman exposed. I covered this video earlier in the week about this woman that you're going to see put on the screen. Her name is Isis. This is her YouTube channel. 63,000 subscribers. Many of her subscribers, I think last time I joined, she had something like 50,000 subscribers. This video that she put up, I Married a Monster, has 2.2 million views on YouTube. She is going to cash a big check.
I'm rich, baby.
She going to cash a big check. She is also going viral on TikTok and Instagram. And as a result, you see me covering this right here. And this was 2 days ago. I streamed it, and she was the main event. Single mom, the trophy wife, a self-professed follower of Kevin Samuels and the Sprinkle lady, put out a video previously that she is now deleted from the internet because people are reviewing it. Abba and Preach reviewed it. A lot of other people have reviewed it, and they're finding the hypocrisy, or at least blaming her for putting herself in the situation she is now saying that she's been put in. But I have the video of her right here because I reviewed it. And much of it, I said, hey, listen, we're dealing with some serious charges here. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say the children weren't abused, but what I'm going to say is that bitch lying, because it doesn't make sense. Why come on YouTube and do what you did to get that kind of attention and put up a GoFundMe account, which I'm not going to show because I don't want you to go over there and comment or donate to her. But she is alleged that as a trophy wife with somebody that doesn't have access to resources, she targeted him in that she barely knew. And now she's out here dealing with a situation where this man has now abused 2 of her kids. Now, the 2 kids are biologically his, because now she has to clear it up, because I even had questions where the 2 daughters came from. The timeline simply doesn't match up. But we're going to go ahead and look at some things that has happened here. We have another YouTube content creator going by the name of Sunday Omoni. She did a live stream today, and she broke down some things that we do want to listen to. But before we get to the relative that is spoken out against her, We're going to play this part of her live stream this morning. Shout out to Sunday.
Shared with you guys in my previous video, ISIS did share a document. She wanted this girl to see it. And I was just like, well, ISIS's nails look like it's still fantastic. Okay, her nails do not need a fill. For a woman that claims she has had no money for 3 weeks, she's on food stamps, her nails are looking fantastic. She's also wearing her diamond, ring and all this kind of stuff.
Let me stop her right there. So what you're seeing is a video of the woman, ISIS, and we're going to learn her real name. This is a video of what ISIS put on YouTube yesterday, but quickly, swiftly deleted because she was giving out information. And then, the thing about the internet is once you give out information, you guys got to realize there's internet sleuths out here. There are going to be people that try to validate whatever you just said, especially if you're coming off sketchy. Now, she started to give additional details, which she figured out later on that she wanted to remove from the internet, but she wanted to prove her case and bring receipts. And what you're looking at is the temporary restraining order. You're not looking at any legal case here, any documents. You're not looking at a conviction. You're just looking at her going to the court and then showing that she's claiming these claims. And if you can't read it, the claim there on letter C, it says the petitioner involved in this case is vulnerable, aka setting herself up to be able to get something from it. Then it says C, there is a preponderance of, and then you can't see it. It could be preponderance of evidence that there's a statutory abuse of a child, and it says rape and or statutory sexual abuse on said date, which is 9/23/2024. And the description of the harm in capitals, father, and you can't see the rest. And then it says daughter's room, so forth and so on. So this is ISIS coming out with the additional restraining order, all right, which we know that one was filed with this claim. Now, here's the problem with this. This woman with this claim has this guy not being arrested for this issue. He was arrested in 2023 for some alleged abuse. I'm going to presume it was for, all right, are we good? Oh, man. All right, are we still on the internet? All right, are we still good? All right, for some reason I got kicked off my internet. All right, I got kicked off the internet real quick here. So I'm just checking in. Just checking in if we're good. All right, are we good? Okay, we're good here. Okay, thank you. My internet said it went out, so I was a little concerned. Let me get back to what I was talking about. Thank you for sticking around. So this woman says this guy did this. He was not arrested for this issue, which makes it very, very interesting. So here you go. 9/23/2024. His original arrest. His original arrest was in November of 2023. So there was no claim for this initially. This claim of abuse is recent. This guy has not been arrested. How do we know? I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to this.
New world order.
Let's go back. This guy allegedly has been found. Unfortunately, they are digging him up. I mean, because it's her fault. She exposed him. Apparently, this guy's on a dating app. Uh-oh. Now, I didn't expose this guy. The world has exposed him, so I don't feel like I'm doing him any problems here. But his name allegedly is Jermaine, of course.
And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
All right, here we go. Jermaine from Jersey Shore, New Jersey. Somebody's looked him up on a dating app. And he has now joined the world of a dating app. 47-year-old man seeking women 18 to 41. Oh, no. Is this a dim day? Is this a tether? Look at my man lineup, bruh. Look at my man lineup.
And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's
All right,
fault.
so people are calling him, again, a predator because he's looking for women 18 to 40. Jermaine, you can just go to the JUCO, sir. You don't got to be on the internet. What internet are you on, bruh? All right, Rose Brides. Rose Brides. All right, so there he is right there, 5'9", 203 pounds. We all can lose a little weight, sir.
And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Age 47. Hey, he looking for some prime piece of calico. Now, this doesn't help his case at all. This doesn't help his case at all. When you're alleged to be alleged child abuser, and then a man that is supposedly dealing with young women who are targeting you for money, and you look like you're controlling, having a dating app saying you're looking for 18-year-old. This is not a good look, sir, but hey, enjoy yourself. Go off. All right, but I don't know the dating app here, but it does look, it's not a good look, man. I'm going to tell you, bro. They got you all out here on Al Gore's internet on a dating app. Well, apparently here we got right here. This woman says right here, this story is 100% true. This is what the trophy wife has to say in her comment section. Legal proceedings began the day we left. This man, and of course there's no punctuation here, so bear with me. Why don't people use punctuation anymore? It says, this man has left us with nothing. He continues to abuse me even after I left him by taking all money out of the accounts and cutting all cards. Having my car stolen, he cut off my cell phone this morning. I've had to sell shit just to survive. She's still wearing her wedding ring. This is not a game. Why the F do I even need to explain after he touched his own biological children? I never made this up. Jesus as my witness. All right, so she's fighting hard here in the comment section. And there they are. There's the happy family right there. There's the happy family right there. So there is a legitimate marriage. We know that's true. There also was an arrest 2023. And then there's the claim in September of 2024. But it gets worse than that, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play this video here by this woman who claims to be the niece of Jermaine. All right, the niece of Jermaine.
And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
The niece of Jermaine. All right, so remember, this guy is supposedly raped ISIS 4 times. He's allegedly touched his own biological children multiple times. And now I'm not saying I believe her either, but hey, now we have 2 women. And ladies, I'm going to tell you, if you have 2 women telling a story, all bets are off. All right. Both of them are lying. Could be. So let's see what she has to say about this situation, unfortunately. And maybe she's going to expose ISIS. All right, here we go. And take a look at this. All right. Yes. Her wig is wigging.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dee, and I am the niece of the trophy wife's husband. Now, I know you know who the trophy wife is because she's been going up and down my timeline for the last couple of days. Her name is Isis, or Paloma, which is her real name. This lady is completely insane. Let's just start from there. Background story. Her and my uncle got together really quick. From what I've been seeing and what I've been told, she thought that she was getting a come up with my uncle. But then when things didn't go her way and she pretty much seen that she could no longer hide the things that she was doing behind closed doors, she ended up trying to find a different route.
All right. Now, is anybody listening to what this young lady's saying here? Her name is D. All right. I got a D for you, man. All right. Anyway, let's keep it seriously. D says she was trying to get a come up on the husband. Now, that actually lines up with this. All right, remember, she had the video talking about she went from trophy wife to, she went to single mom to trophy wife in a year. And she met this guy a week and then was already marrying him. That actually lines up pretty good with what this woman even admitted when I reviewed the video on Tuesday. So this isn't a surprise. D is actually
which was to
she's not telling us something we don't know. All right, but here we go.
come on here and lie to you all and tell you that her daughter had been touched by her dad, which that is not the case. Her daughter had been touched by her son, and she didn't want anybody to know because she wanted to try to make it seem like my uncle was the bad guy because she
Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity.
God bless these kids. Man, pray for these kids. I'm not a praying man. If you're not a praying man, you can flip a coin or rub a rabbit's foot or walk under a ladder or throw salt over your shoulder, whatever you do. These kids need some help. What is going on here, Ninja? What in the world?
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey,
Now, here's the thing, man. This is why you don't put family business out here in these YouTube motherfucking streets.
In these streets.
They got some internet sleuths and they got some people that will say their side of the story. This is getting a little too twisted here. And I mean, not even Netflix,
Oh, the humanity.
not even Tubi can pull this off. And of course, these are melanated people. So I tell you about the melanated community. There's some problems out here, man. So let's go back. This woman is insinuating that it is indeed, it is one of the male children. Oh my goodness. Which I believe is a young man that is probably as old as 10 all the way up to 14 or 15. Okay, that is the age range of the young man. I don't really know, but I remember she had an 11-year-old and a 14. I can't remember the age of the young men that she had, but they were relatively in that age, 10 and 7, or I can't remember. This woman who is exposing Paloma, ISIS, is saying that it was one of the boys. And yes, the boys are not this guy's kids, right? So that is the stepson they're alleging did the thing here. And now here's the evil part about it. She's saying ISIS is aware of it, that it was him, but now she wanted to get out of the toxic marriage, and this was the exit plan. Okay, let's go back to this sister right here to see what she's saying.
wasn't getting what she
All right, so let's go back. All right, is this the end of the video? Yes, this is the end of the video. I wonder if it's a little bit longer here, but this is what she's insinuating.
had been touched by her dad, which that is not the case. Her daughter had been touched by her son, and she didn't want anybody to know because she wanted to try to make it seem like my uncle was the bad guy because she wasn't getting what she wanted.
Oh my goodness gracious, man. Listen, it's an evil world out here, brothers.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, so now remember, these are the biological children of him. These are the daughters, the alleged victims, according to ISIS Paloma. That's his biological daughters. That's what she's saying, he did it. But she's saying Paloma knows that this is what she's saying, that it's possibly the boys that did it. Now, let me tell you, man, what I'm seeing is, in this case, these are things that happen commonly, and people try to protect other people, and it happens. And, but where's CPS? Where are they at on this situation? Because they could clear this up, especially with this going on the internet, especially with Paloma now deleting videos and essentially hiding. Let me just show you here, her YouTube channel. She deleted all of her trophy wife videos, right? This is maybe a rebrand, but she was the one that brought it to the internet, just so we guys know. And people pick sides right away. People pick sides right away to determine if she was telling the truth. And then, of course, people with their past history and trauma, they basically said, yeah, we need to do something. This guy, the dad, is evil. But now we got the father on a dating app, right? He done moved on. And he's also seeking 18 to 40-year-old women. And that ain't a good look either, because women obviously going to feel a certain way about an older man targeting younger women intentionally. And then he did the same thing. So he is setting up a pattern of behavior that looks and makes him look suspect. And now you got the niece out here saying it was the son. And now you got ISIS out here with a GoFundMe collecting almost about $10,000 at this particular point and jumping up on Al Gore's internet playing the victim. And who is in this situation, who is the problem here? Is it the niece? Is it the father? Is it the son? Or is it ISIS? This is definitely some toxic family relationship.
Straight jacket.
But yeah, this is definitely going to probably go to the state. But you guys know the state moves very slow. Here's the kicker. The guy has not been arrested for this at this moment. And I would have probably assumed that if this claim was lobbed at the hospital, which ISIS claims in her video, that she took the daughter to the hospital, they conducted an examination. I don't know what they determined. This is what I said in my original video. What did they determine? Because and we know they have a duty to report immediately. If you take her to a hospital or a police agency or a education, a teacher, a nurse, they have a duty to report immediately. They don't let the guy walk. That guy, if they got the information from the child said this happened, they did an examination and revealed some damage, they would have a duty to report to an agency immediately. And I'm willing to bet he would have been arrested on the spot. Typically, these arrests don't occur if there's this going on, which is a he said, she said, and there is no examination. There's no investigation. There was no one that has a duty to perform. He would have been arrested on the spot. And I actually talked to a young lady who believed her. I said he would have been arrested. And she, with her experience, because she said, I experienced childhood sexual abuse. No one was ever arrested. So I said, but would they report it to a mandatory reporter? Thank you, KT King. Did they do an examination on you? Did you go to a agency? And she said no. And I said, well, that's probably why they weren't arrested. It was just an accusation. And once it's an accusation, it's hard to prove. Okay, it's hard to prove at that point. It's just he said, she said, and then it's just within the family. But when you got a mandatory reporter, a hospital, an examination, and you have either the parent or the child having that particular allegation, and you got physical proof, you got swelling and redness in this area, that guy's getting arrested right away. Okay? He getting arrested on the spot. All right. I mean, they're going to search his ass up right away. I mean, there ain't no, and Michelle, am I right about this? There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. There ain't no, oh, we'll open up an investigation. Soon as that investigation is concluded and they do some tests around that area, he getting arrested on the spot. They going to search his ass up and they pulling. He ain't going to be on no fucking dating app. So that's where I find problematic, right? Because that's almost all the proof you need. You don't need you're not going to go get a restraining order at that point. You would have to have the hospital report. There would be damage. There would be abrasions or scars or whatever's going on. That definitely, that's enough to get an arrest. All right, that's enough to get you getting locked up. At least get locked up overnight until they figure it out. You ain't jumping on YouTube the next day with the hospital report. That would be an arrest on the spot, right? Okay, but now we don't have an arrest, so who do we believe in this situation? I think he's doing damage by being on a dating app. I'm going to just tell him right now, if you're watching me, I would delete the date. Well, it's too late. Right? All right, it's too late. Oh, Michelle says not always. Okay, anybody, they will do an investigation first, likely within 1 to 2 days. So Michelle, she's an RN. Any other RNs can speak up. Michelle saying not true. All right. So we're not speaking from a legal perspective here. Michelle says not necessarily. They will investigate likely within 1 to 2 days. All right. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. But now we have two women in this situation. We definitely have potentially a false alligator somewhere. We're going to actually do a poll and see if you see who you believe.
In the divorce.
Do you believe this woman right here? You believe her. All right, the niece, because she's sticking up for a male family member, which doesn't give her much credibility. I mean, that, just to be honest with you, that doesn't lend great credibility. You would need a family friend. You would possibly need a friend of ISIS, Paloma, to make this allegation. But this is a friend of the father, or sorry, a relative of the father. That doesn't give her great credibility there. All right, but she's actually speaking from a position of saying, I know intimate details about the marriage, because this woman intentionally targeted him, and now she was looking for a come up, which means in effect that puts the trophy wife on the defensive, because she literally admitted that that's what she did. She targeted him because he was a higher value man, and that's why she put herself in that position. Let's not talk about the kids yet. So it makes her hard to believe because of her actions on the internet and her saying, I'm going for a high value man. I'm going for a rich man. I intentionally snapped him up. That's what she said in this video, which she has now deleted because it was been reviewed by not only me, but Abba and Preach and other larger platforms. They have now reviewed it, and they're like, wait a minute. The way you carried yourself actually endangered the children. But people still believe ISIS. They do. They still believe her. Or do you believe the father, who has not been out here being vocal yet? Do you believe him, Jermaine, who wants 18 to 40-year-old men? All right. I'm sorry, women. Pause. All right.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
All right, let me play this a little bit more of this video, because this woman was out here speaking facts related to ISIS in her explanation.
She is taking care of her grooming, her maintenance, her self-care. This is the document that she was showing on the screen when ISIS went live, and then ISIS deleted that video as well. She was trying to show that she has a protective order against her uncle, Darika's uncle, Jermaine Dowdy. Darika, yeah, Dowdy's her name as well. The same as her uncle's name. ISIS's husband's name. Or, well, I don't know how long this is even going to last, you guys. Her whole situation, I think that guy is rushing to get a divorce as soon as possible. He cut her off from a lot of things, but I'm just shocked that this woman did not have a savings of any kind. Okay? This is her showing her protective order. These are her allegations and claims, because she said she didn't feel safe too. And she wanted also like no contact and a restraining order. According to the niece, she's trying to get revenge, trying to get back at him. Okay? So maybe he's also trying to get back at her by having his dating apps, trying to find his new trophy wife. Okay, that's his goal. Find a new trophy wife, start over, create a whole new family. Because this man could not wait to go online and start promoting himself to new women.
Well, to be fair, the accusation happened in September, so it is now November, and it was early September, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a couple of months. Yeah, he's ready to move on, and I'm pretty sure the relationship, the damage had been done significantly by that point. So I don't see that at all. I don't see that as a red flag. Someone says I did a background check. Oh, she should have done a background check. All right, okay.
And she was talking about just speeding tickets. Wow. And that's the thing. When some of these girls that have serious trauma, who are in survival mode and fight or flight mode, this is not an excuse. But a lot of times these people will accept the most bizarre things in their life. They will look at things like it's not a big deal.
Well, listen, we talk about this sprinkle and high value man and these women. This is, oh, by the way, I said this earlier. This is hypergamy working against women. She obviously was low hanging fruit, and he overlooked it because I don't know what the problem with him was. Maybe he is an abuser. They're alleging he is. But he went for a younger woman, and he took a younger woman with kids, who that woman literally said she was out here hoeing for thugs, right? And so this is, again, when the sexual past catches up. She said, I was out here in these streets dating thugs, pookies, and ray-rays, messed up, got intentionally pregnant at 17, so she's showing the ability to be an apex predator. She intentionally got pregnant at 17. She deleted this video, by the way. Then she got pregnant again in her 23, 25 area, then ran around with pookies and ray-rays, and then he married her all because she cleaned up her act and put a wig on, right, and put makeup on, and then presented herself as a trophy wife. So then his decision to marry her ends up kicking him in the ass. Why are you in your 40s marrying a woman that is in her 20s that's a single mother? Okay. So he definitely he put himself in a position because maybe he wanted a trophy wife. I have no idea what he was trying to do. But after he smashed that a couple times, he realized that she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right. Where's the picture? Okay. Yeah. She was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And she seems cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, to be honest with you. She doesn't seem mentally stable. And she's out here giving advice to women about being a trophy wife. Be careful, ladies, who you take advice from. I did a poll on Twitter where I asked, and you guys are doing a poll right now for me, so I'm going to ask this poll again for these guys. All right, the poll, you guys believe D. All right, less people believe ISIS at all. All right, and then Jermaine, you guys believe Jermaine is innocent, although he's out here looking for some young pieces of calico. And the children. What about the children in this case? If indeed the children, one of them, the young ladies, or both of them were supposed to be abused here, but the children are being put on the back burner. We're worried about D, Jermaine, ISIS, and other things. And the kids are the one right here. We have the kids being the victim. And then one possibly a perpetrator, which then you need some help going on. These people obviously need some help psychologically and stuff like that. He's not an adult, so he's not going to big boy jail for this. You can change her. But right now, most people agree that you're apt to believe D. Now, you got two women that are telling a story here. So who do we believe as women? Believe all women, hashtag. Now we got two women telling two opposing stories. Who do we believe? My question is this on Twitter. Do you think hypergamy gives women an advantage in dating, or does it work against them? That's my poll there on Twitter. One of the things I'm trying to educate men, and right here it says it works against them. It can work against them. Most people believe it can work against them. So I won't ask you because you guys have already been tainted. You won't get an honest answer here. But I've been trying to tell men this for a long time, that this hypergamous pursuit of men, by measuring them on things that they have achieved, is actually something that is going to work greatly against women in the long run. Not only does it work greatly against them in the long run, they put so many people in danger in the process. So Kevin Samuels, Kendra G, all right, a lot of these women are jumping up on Al Gore's internet talking about they want a man that's this and that, but they're oftentimes single mothers, or oftentimes willing to put themselves and their children in bad situations solely because they're looking at how the man has conducted himself in his life. And then that lines up to the man could have some, questionable characteristics about himself, to where I've said for a long time, I would never date a single mother, and let alone move in with one, especially if they have teenage boys and teenage girls. These are off the chart red flags. Can they work for some people? Yes. But these are red flags to me, because all it takes is the child's words to put you in jail. True or false? All it takes is somebody questioning, why is that kid sitting on your lap like that? And these are his biological kids. Or it takes one madman to commit an act against a child that completely ruptured your life. And it's only because you had a kid in there, or you married someone that was a single mother. But I don't deal with women with that particular group of things here. She got an adolescent daughter. That's a no-go. The daughter could have a bad day, crash out, and then point the finger at you, and you're stuck. Now, anybody that doesn't believe that, I just covered this story earlier where it easily happened. There was a woman up in San Jose where she was out there allegedly selling some punani at $500, and she disappeared for 5 days, came back, and was like, well, I don't know what happened. Just like that. Young women crash out. We had another video of another woman crashing out, trying to hang herself in a hotel room because she just is having a bad day. Now, you're talking about a 15, 16-year-old young lady, and she had a bad day, and she like, fuck it, scorched earth. Now, all of a sudden, she's making allegations against you, and you can't defend it. So even the guy, the father, Jermaine, put himself in a vulnerable position by going out to target a woman because she was young, but overlooked clearly about the kid scenario. Now the kid scenario is coming back to haunt them. Yes. I worked a case where a stepdaughter walked into the bedroom on stepdad and said stepdad was looking at her in the bathroom. Slim lied about everything. The young women have crashes out. In fact, most of the time, and let me tell you something, because I did a show called The Famous Lies of Women, right? And I went through Blasey Ford. I went through the historic lies that women have caused that has ruptured the world. Even I went as far as the Virgin Mary. All right, but women have told some tremendous lies, some whoppers, as they call them, that have destroyed kingdoms. The Rosewood woman that burnt down a whole area in Florida, a whole town. Emmett Till, Carolyn, whatever her name was, Carolyn Bryant. Women have told some whoppers out here. Right? I even said Rosa Parks, whoppers changed the world. Women have told lies that have changed the fucking world. This is the problem I have. And what we have to understand is most of these women were young. Most of them were young. Carolyn Bryant was in her early 20s. A whopper, right? And she had to live until 60 plus years with that fucking whopper, and it changed the world. Talking about sleep whistling at her when he was clapping them cheeks. Duke Lacrosse. I mean, women have told some whoppers that changed laws, right? And we still living with them today. All right, it's crazy. Susan Smith, who tried to get out of jail on parole, and they sent her ass back. All right, and she drowned her kids. All right, Amber Heard shitting on someone's bed saying they'll never believe a little blonde woman over you. Men have been lynched. The world has changed on a dime on one woman's tears. So this is where I have to say, we have to understand and look at the dynamics. Many of these women have been as young as 14 and as old as 23, but we can't forget the old maids either that have been telling some whoppers. All right, but most of these women were young women, 14 to 23, 24. All right, and they will come out here and fuck the world up with a lie. But they want you being out here believing them. Right? Believing they ass. All right, bruh. No way, man. They'll have a ninja stabbed, shot, lynched, and she'll be like, oh, I was, okay.